Today we're going to talk about how you can diversify your follow-up from Easter or any other event that you have going on at your church so that you can reach the most people and connect them to what's next and happening at your church. Hey heroes, my name is Tom Pounder and this is the Digital in 5 show. This is the show where I take 5 minutes to talk about digital tools or trends that are happening around the world and how we can apply it into our ministry context. And follow up from any event, in particular a big event like Christmas or Easter, is so important for churches. After all, you can put in all the time and effort into events leading up to the big event or the church service, but if you don't follow up with them, how can you really connect them to what they want to hear about and what they want to do with your church or your ministry? So today I'm going to talk about diversifying your follow-up with 4 different things that you can do. 3 of them are digital and 1 of them is in person. But 4 different things that you can do to follow up with people after a big event and how you can reach them more effectively. Now these are in no particular order, but I'm just going to hit on them one after another. I'm going to hit on the 3 digital first and then the 1 in person to follow up. All right, so what are they? The first one is text follow-up. See, ideally, you're going to have a connection card at your church or your event that you've got going on. And in that connection card, you're going to get some basic information. At least get the name, number, hopefully email address, and phone number. And if they provide a phone number, a text follow-up is really, really effective. Why? Because the stats show that over 95% of the people who receive a text open the text and read the text. So if you follow up with a text, the reality is they're going to likely see your text message. And so if you create a text message that is engaging and causes them to ask questions or have more interest, they're most likely going to click on a link if you have a link to do follow-up on that. So one of the most effective ways that you can follow up with someone is to do text messaging. The second thing you can do is email. Now listen, some people may not want to give you their phone number, and so they may just give you an email address, and hopefully it's a valid email address, but they'll give you an email address. And so what you can do is you can send an email and then encourage them to take a next step, or again, based on what they have expressed interest in that connection card, you can follow up with them with something more specific. But the reality is email is still very effective with about 25 to 30% of an open rate that they have there when you send an email. So email follow-up is really important as well. And then the third digital one is to post a social media follow-up. Listen, someone may not fill out a digital connection card. They may not give you their phone number or email address. So what you can do is that Monday after the event, you can post a social media message and say, hey, listen, if you were at the service or you're at this event, and you'd like more information, here's where you can get more information. And you can follow up with them there and share that with them. Because again, they found your church some way. It's either through the website or through social media. It could have been even through a Facebook ad. But the reality is they found your website likely on social media. They're following you a little bit on social media, checking out what your church is all about. So if you post something on social media, they're likely to see it and hopefully they can respond to it. And then the last thing is the follow-up in person. Now, you don't want to go to someone's house and just randomly show up to them. They may not have given you their address. But again, it wouldn't be a good thing to just randomly show up at their house. But one of the things that you could do is just give them a phone call. It's a personal connection. And even if they don't respond, my encouragement is for you to give a voicemail message, because someone's going to listen to the voicemail or they're going to read the transcribed thing. If you have it on iPhone, it transcribes the voicemail message for you. But the reality is that if you leave a message, someone's going to hear it or read it, and then if they're interested, they could possibly connect with you there. But it's sending a voicemail or even calling and talking to them in person really provides that personal connection. It's not something sterile like a text message or email or social media posts. It's a personal connection. And so hopefully someone will answer your phone call and you can have a simple conversation. Again, it's all about connecting, and an in-person connection is a really effective way to do that. So those are 4 things that I would encourage you to do. But again, I want to encourage you in this way, again, as you diversify the different ways that you follow up with people, is that it really matters on what you say in those text messages, what you say in that phone call. So when you call them or when you text message them or email them, don't make it a standard form thing that you're reading or that you're typing in. Try to personalize it as much as possible and try to make it exciting, engaging, cause them to ask questions in the text message, or even ask them questions in person. Again, the more you can engage with them rather than sending something sterile or a template type of form, the better and more effective people are going to respond to those follow-up things. So those are 4. But again, I know they're not the only ways that you can follow up, and I know there's lots of other opportunities. So I would love for you to share with me, what are you doing to follow up after Easter or Christmas or a big event? Definitely put in the comment section below, or hit me up on Twitter. I would love to talk to you a little bit more about that. At @TA Pounder is where you can get me on Twitter. I live on Twitter, so I'll most likely respond if you tag me in that. So again, I would love to hear what you're doing to follow with people after a big event or big church service. All right, here's what. Thanks so much for joining me on the Digital in 5 show. As always, if you enjoyed this, definitely subscribe to it. It's on iTunes. It's on the Digital Bootcamp Facebook group. It's on YouTube and Spotify. So definitely click on the show notes and get on the links so you can subscribe to this. You can also find this at tompounder.com. It is my hub for all things. I've got coaching, I've got cohorts, I've got blogs, vlogs, podcasts, I've got ebooks on there as well. Just go there and you can find out all the information and connect with me as well. I would love for you to do that. All right, here's why. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, have a great one.